welcome into First Take, coming to you live from New York City. That is Marcus Morris and Chineo Gumake. I'm Molly Querim, Stephen A. Smith on the West Coast. Good morning, team. How we feeling?
Can't complain.
Yeah.
Look at that face,
really
Stephen A.
good.
What up,
Like that color.
Is that Marcus sitting in my seat?
Yeah, I am. I'm holding it down.
You better hold it down. You got a responsibility. You got a responsibility, big boy. Hold it down.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Stephen A,
Good morning,
Stephen A,
everybody.
Stephen A, you're looking Easter ready. Pretty in purple. You're looking
Hey,
Easter
listen,
ready.
It's cool. Like, my arsenal hasn't been unleashed yet.
Oh.
Postseason.
Playoffs about to start, huh?
Starting this weekend.
Stephen
Starting
A.
this weekend. It's next level. That's all I'm going
Nay,
to say.
I got to tell you one thing. That purple suit, you're in season. There we
Yep,
go.
yep.
There
Spring
we
is-
go. You're
spring is in
season. You're in season.
You know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. It's a compliment from Molly. It's a rarity.
You are
We gonna
in
hold on to that.
season, so let's
We
take
gonna hold
it.
on to
All
that.
right, guys, we got
Let's do it.
playoffs, and I want to talk about it. It's finally here. So the play-in tournament tipping off tonight. Steph Curry, the babyface assassin, the Warriors will face off against Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. That's the 7-8 matchup out west. The winner will move on to face the Rockets in the first round, while the loser will have to risk it all in a win-or-go-home game. The Warriors have struggled in the past play-in tournaments, despite Steph averaging over 30 points per game. The Warriors are 0-3 in the play-in, having lost to the Lakers and the Grizzlies in 2021, lost to the Kings last season. Golden State's 3 losses are the most of any team in the play-in tournament. Stephen A., you're up first. Do you expect the Warriors to cruise past the Grizzlies?
I wouldn't say the word cruise. I think it's going to be a tough matchup. Memphis plays at a very, very up-tempo pace. Obviously, they struggled a lot this season, and then a lot of things was going on with them. They got rid of their coach. They lost 3 straight in the immediate aftermath of that before winning 4 of their last 6 to close out the season. They play an up-tempo pace. They're going to push the ball. You've got a guy who can be a superstar at any given moment in Ja Morant. Jaren Jackson Jr. is not mentioned enough. He's averaged over 23 a game on 48% shooting against the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, size works to their advantage when this brother is flowing. And then we also have to ask ourselves which Steph Curry is going to show up. Is it going to be the one on December 19th who didn't make a field goal and scored 2 points? Or is it going to be the one that showed up I think it was April 1st, and dropped 52 on them? Yeah, which dude is going to show up? Probably somebody in between that's going to drop 30 plus. I can rely on him, but obviously with Draymond Green giving that guarantee, a lot of eyes should be on him about how they're going to win the championship. You got to win the play-in. You damn sure got to win the play-in if you talk about winning the championship. So I think it's going to be a tough matchup, but I still think that the Warriors being on their home court is going to pull it out.
Look, there's only one Steph Curry that I know. The game you mentioned in December was an aberration. Ever since Jimmy Butler arrived, he's almost back to his 30 points per game clip. It will not be an easy game for Golden State, especially considering that size matters, especially when you think about Draymond Green, his aspirations to be Defensive Player of the Year. He's going to have to deal with Jaren Jackson Jr. Stephen A., you mentioned it. He has had a tremendous season, I know, out for a little bit of time. But if you think about what he brings, he's made more threes this year than ever before. He's rebounding the ball. He's actually better with the ball this year, considering, the goals for him to really advance his game. But when you think about the Golden State Warriors, yes, Steph is better. I think he's going to get over that 27 points per game mark. Jimmy Butler, this is the moment that we've been waiting for. This is the moment that they had to get him to push them over the edge for games like this. Draymond will have to hold them down defensively, but if the whole team plays together, I think the Warriors eke this one out.
Yeah, and I got to agree with both of you guys. I mean, I think it will be a really tough game. I really like the Grizzlies. Like, the YNs, they really come into play, right? Like, they're going to be excited. They're going to be ready to go. But listen, Steph Curry, Jimmy Buckets, Draymond Green, I think they understand the importance of winning this game, getting more rest. They've been in this position before. Yes, they are 0-3, but a lot has changed by adding playoff Jimmy. So I don't think they cruise, but I definitely think they win this game.
Well, I think the one thing that before we end this subject that I think is very, very important to say is this. It would be very disastrous for the Golden State Warriors if they lost this game. If they lost this game, or if they lost, I don't mean this game. I mean, they ended up not being in the play-in, because I know if they lose this game, they still could fight for the 8th seed. I'm talking about if they missed the playoffs. You made this deal for Jimmy Buckets. You wanted Kevin Durant. He didn't want to come back. You settled with Jimmy Buckets. You come there, y'all playing lights out. We talking about y'all being a championship contender. Then obviously you lose the regular season finale to the Clippers. You end up being in the play-in instead of the playoffs. And then you miss the playoffs because you can't win the play-in, that would be very, very disastrous for the Golden State Warriors. That I will say.
I want to flip to the other side because there was a time we like to talk a lot about, Marcus, who's going to be the next face of the league. And there was a period in time when we thought it was going to be Ja Morant, obviously dealt with some off-the-court trouble. Yeah. Is his superstar status on the line tonight?
No, I don't think his superstar status is on the line. Look, Ja Morant is a superstar, right? He's a budding superstar in this league and will be for a long time. Memphis has to continue to upgrade talent around them to have a better team. They fired their coach in the middle of the season, right? Like, this is a young team trying to find their way. He is a good player in this league and will be great. I don't think one game or even one series define his superstar status.
Stephen A?
No, I want to hear what Shanae has to say first. I want to hear. And by the way, the outfit, the hair, do the whole bit. It's working, girl.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Stephen A. Appreciate it. I love the love. I know that you're gonna try to check me because you think I'm gonna agree with Marcus on this. Because thank you. Period. One game does not define a player, especially given the state of the Memphis Grizzlies. I feel like the last few years, it has been a series of unfortunate events. Some of those were self-inflicted by Ja Morant, which he has owned up to. But to me, I love the words that he said entering the postseason, entering this play-in matchup. I just have to be Ja. Just be Ja. That's all I have to do. This month, he's been averaging 30 points per game and shooting 40% from three. He is trending upward. He's playing his best basketball right now. I think people see it, they recognize it, and they understand that this is a team that's dealing with change. So right now, I'm not saying that this is a situation where his superstar status is online. Maybe next season, seeing how he responds after they have an off season to correct some of these issues that they've had from coaching to playing style because the offense didn't really favor him for most of the year. Next year is where I'm really going to grade them, but he does have a huge opportunity tonight. If he goes out there and is able to beat Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, now he's back in the conversation. As Marcus said, he is a superstar already, but he can reintroduce himself with a win.
Respectfully, you don't get to have it both ways. You can't sit up there and say that he's already there, but then say this is a huge, huge opportunity. If you're a superstar already, then the opportunity, it doesn't matter that much. The fact of the matter is that he has to remind us who the hell he is. Think about how you've chronicled excellently, I might add, how the league has evolved and some of these young lines we see on a come up in Houston, in OKC, and various other players. Yeah, the elder statements, the LeBron James, Steph Currys of the world, of course, they're still the faces of the league and they deserve to be so because they're still elite. But in the same breath, you got a lot of young cats that have come into the fold that are putting everybody on notice. Here they come. And so you got a guy like Ja Morant. You only played 9 games last year for obvious reasons. We don't need to belabor that point. And by the way, for folks out there that's looking for every little thing to get on him about in terms of, his gestures after, you might need to calm down with that, Ja, because we don't need the NBA bothering you. But let's not act like the brother is really doing something so incredibly wrong and criminal. Let's calm down, pump the brakes. I actually